Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. Well, we've got lots to show you in the showroom and in the workshop this week. And first, we're going to start out with this. Cup 200 time. Yes, I know you hear about it a lot, but there's a lot going on with this championship and this series. You saw us all out last week, going off into Cadwell Park, venturing out there into the unknown with a new driver, which was #Ben Britain, car number 66. Matthew's taking the sideline while Ben cuts his teeth into it. Well, he went out the Nürburgring of the North, as we call it. What an awesome event it was. Well, to say we had mixed weather, rain and sunshine in the second race. So the first race was extremely tricky. Now, Ben never even raced before, never even started off the grid and never really driven this car much. One out in one test session in it, etc., and a qualifying session, and then went out and had to race in a tricky, very damp, or should I say wet, Cadwell Park. Well, he got through it. The main thing is he brought it home and got it in one piece and got to do that experience. Did he like it? He said it was nerve-wracking right the way through. So, but he had a blast with the rest of the guys that were out there. Rich sent it all the way in on amazing race, and you'll see this video highlights. I think we're going to drop a link down below there. We've posted up a short footage of that. So you had a few excursions going off here and there, and you expect that. They're learning their craft, and that's what the Cup 200 series is all about. It's entry-level motorsport. People are learning their craft. Race 2, very different event, dry event, and well, mixed fortunes. From where he came from in the wet race to, with a little bit of luck and strong wind, actually came P1 in the second race, so that was amazing. So talk about highs and lows of motorsport, and we know why they're there. It was amazing. So yeah, if you want to know more about the Cup 200 series, then hook up Atomic Racing or RLM and they can talk you through the details. If you can't fit through to them guys, of course, hook us up, phone call, email here, and we'll share the information. Right, here we go, Indy Classic Hayabusa Turbo time. Well, stripped down one, at least anyway. Well, motorsport, as we know, can be dangerous in the wet and in the dry, as we've proved out many times. And unfortunately, this one, #Simon's car, had a bit of an incident here. Had a fight with a barrier and lost, unfortunately. But fortunately, the driver was safe, and that's the main thing. And what we're going to do with this, well, it's in with us now because it's been stripped down, and the repair on this, we thought it was going to be a complete chassis, but it looks like it's fine on the rear end. We're just going to do a complete long front end on this. So we'll cut it off, rescribe a new one on, get it all looking tickety-boo, squared up, so this car then can go back to Simon. He can do the reassembly. I mean, this thing's fast, 400 horsepower fast sort of thing. So you wind this wick up on this, three boost settings on it, it's an absolute weapon. And Simon sprints this car, and of course, if you're pushing the car to limits, sometimes like these things do happen and creep up to you. So we'll repair this corners here from the front of the bulkhead, get it all in, get it all dialed out, and get it back to, get it assembled, and you can start racing again. Okay, well, it's MK Indy ZTech Turbo time. What the guy's been on with, well, as you can see, it's clutch change. A customer here has got a ZTech Turbo, just got it through IVA, but the clutch is starting to slip. I don't think it's a stock clutch that's in there. Can't quite take the power. So the customer supplied his own clutch and flywheel and etc. for it. Adrian, Adam have been taking the engine out, taking everything out, getting ready. Make it all fit, make it all nice and tidy, ready for the customer, because it's got quite a bit of horses, this, under the bonnet. So they're going to shoehorn the engine back in, plumb up the intercoolers, plumb up the turbos. Then it's, run the car, really. Just make sure she starts, which she does. Then we start going through the temperatures, really, checking that she's getting up to temperature, water, oil, etc. Make sure she's good to go. Do a little road test on the car, of course we will. That's sort of standard practice, really. Make sure she starts, stops and goes. Did have some temperature controls on this. We've removed some of the grills, so she's good to go. Right, M&R time, guys. Well, we've been on with this. A few bits have been done. Seats are in, seat runners are in, etc. Steering columns, you know, batteries, wiring, plumbing. We've got it onto a roller now. What we wanted to do now is get it onto a roller. We've taken the bodywork off because it's a sort of one-piece tub that has to go off. We need to make the exhaust system on this side. We've got this new flange, it's a cast flange that's going to go in there, and we'll weld a V-band onto this. It's going to be a lot easier where it sits in here from that side. Once that drops in, and just put that back in there for you. Once that drops in, we'll be able to bring the exhaust system out, and through here it's just going to be easier doing it off into a roller and get everything lined up than it would be doing it on the ramps there, etc. So we can lift it up when we need to, but we wanted to make sure everything lines up, exhaust system height wise and everything else. So that's the next job to do on this one. Then all the bodywork's completely dry fitted on this, so it won't take long to put all that back on. It looks like a car again because it's literally probably half an hour's work to get all the bodywork back on, no drama, but all the powder coated bits have all been done and everything else, so it's completely dry mocked now, so it'll be into assembly once the exhaust is done. So yeah, that's all good, looking right there, all neat and tidy, the wiring's done, etc. as well. So yeah, car's looking neat and tidy as you'd expect it to coming along. Once the four corners are on, it starts to look like a car again. So as you can see, a bit more in the back end, that's all done, fuel tanks and diffs and plumbing, and all the wiring loom's been pulled into it, etc. as well. So yeah, we'll crack on. It'll be sort of exhaust and then final assembly starts pushing forward with the wiring, engine looms, ECUs and all of that side of things. So yeah, looking strong. Right, here we go. Let's try ZTech time, guys. What are we with this? Well, we've been fabricating parts and bits on this car. So I said the bulkhead panels, and fortunately these have now come back from powder coat, so we can start reassembling the vehicle. So new bulkhead in, powder coated black, new ECU tray, powder coated black, interior panels, back panels here, side interior panels and that, they've all come back now, so we can get that in because the new steering column's gone in. Here, this has got the collapsible boss. We have a little boss that goes into that. Into this, it's all collapsible. We're starting to look at some of the wiring now, posting this in and get this laid into the vehicle. Then it'll be exhaust system after that. Headlights have gone on. It's got the 7-inch chrome headlights in here. Radiator and bracketry has been, final stages have been done because that was mocked up. Well, we just made that a bit because it was a bit wobbly. We've made a secondary bracket here for this because it was actually, you got hold of it and it would just, if you bounce the car, it would move. All new bushes down in here, so tie rod ends and these bushes. So we put new rod ends, top and bottom ball joints on all four corners have all gone in. That's done, finished, fit and forget. Then we'll be on with wing stays, wiring, interior panels, all the brake lines to run it the back, and the handbrake cable, handbrake lever. That's all in. Handbrake cables here, handbrake lever on the striker in a very different position. They're here. Instead of like we do on a lot of modern cars or other kit cars, it's in the centre here. The striker's always been down in this position at front, which is quite nice actually, because it clears this space for your elbow, which makes it more comfortable. So yeah, unique position, but it works really well. And that runs through, because it's a live axle car, runs through here with a cable in here, and it's got a link bar here as well. We've tightened all this up and re-cleaned and painted all the red diff and etc, make it look nice and presentable again. So that's all shiny and new. Electrics running in, fuel lines all run through, and that we've started to run through here, and that will come round to the tank. In fact, all the tank has been mocked up, fuel tanks here. Made the fuel tanks, it didn't have one. Fuel tanks here and mock up, and all the bracketry for that has been done. That's all finished as well with the sender in and the fuel filler cap, which will sit in the centre. Got the few bits to do with the seats. Once the seats arrive, we'll put the new harness bosses in the right location, because it had a wrong type in there, which made for more like a 3-point harness. We want to put a 4-point harness in for the customer, and that's what the customer wants. He's got his own seats on order, a few other parts that he's got, special seats ordered that he's supplying to us as well, and it will get into the car. So yeah, progress being made. You've sort of gone backwards to go forwards again with some of these little projects, but yeah, it's taking shape now. Well, let's talk about events, guys. I've just got to say thanks to everybody that turned up for the Cars and Coffee event. The weather is a bit hit and miss, sunshine and showers, so it was great to see so many cars make the effort and come out and see us here. It was a great little turnout actually, great show. And the next date, when is that? Well, it's July the 29th, but that's a Saturday, so no evening session, a Saturday. You've got plenty of time. You've got all morning and afternoon to come here and have a look and have a play, but also we've got the MX-5 Owners Club joining us on that day. So if you're into MX-5s and you want to see what they do, it'd be a lot of probably turbo stuff and all of that as well that turns up. That'd be a pretty cool little event, and that's July the 29th on a Saturday. Next up, guys, well, it's chassis register time. Yes, it's top 10, top 10, top 10. Yeah, and this week, guys, it's up there. And if you want to know more information about the kits, the cars, the chassis, everything that we do, obviously hook us up, phone call, email, or come down here to the workshop and we'll talk you through the process. That's it for another week here, guys, at Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. I just want to thank all of you out there that pressed the like button and have subscribed to us. Hopefully you'll keep watching. If you do that, just like, share, subscribe and share it with your friends, and we will catch you next week.